What's up, y'all? I'm waiting for people to come on in. Hope everybody is doing well. What's going on, guys? What's up, y'all? What's up? Welcome in, welcome in. I'm waiting for everybody to come on in while I also post my YouTube page. I need y'all to subscribe to my YouTube. What's up, y'all? Welcome in, welcome in. I am posting my YouTube page for y'all to subscribe to. There we are. All right, y'all. So I pinned it to the top. I know, right? Ain't that right? But listen, it's shorter than it's shorter than it was supposed to be, and so I'm in my feels right here, right now. Okay. So, but thank you guys so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. What's up, guys? Okay. I pinned my YouTube to the top of the comments, so make sure that you guys are subscribing to my YouTube. So, welcome to another week of Dear Future Husband. I am your favorite attorney by day and the hostess with the mostest every Thursday night. Okay? And so make sure again that y'all are subscribing to my YouTube page. Make sure that you are liking me on Instagram, Issa_lawyer. And now that we've gotten all that out the way, let's jump into it, right? So this week's episode is entitled, Dear Future Husband, My Spennanight Bag is Ready. I got the shirt to prove it. My spennanight bag is ready, right? And so we have a special guest on today, Jessica. She is a entrepreneur. She's also a model, and she owns a modeling agency, y'all. So I'm very excited to have her on today. Hey, everybody, welcome in. Very excited to have her on today, and we are just going to get into all of this, y'all. Make sure y'all are putting where y'all are tuning in from. I ask you to do that every single week because every single week I have people coming from different, area codes. So make sure that y'all are putting in the comment section where you are tuning in from, and also make sure that y'all are commenting throughout the show. Okay, commenting throughout the episode. All right, so let's get on with this. Y'all ready? Let's bring Jessica on. Now y'all know me. Y'all know me.
Ooh. Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, boo. How are you?
I'm good. I can't complain. You look
Good,
nice.
good. Thank you. I was told to get my lighting and situation right.
Okay.
So, getting
Come
it right. Getting it, with the come through.
come
Yes.
through.
Yes.
um,
Yes.
so happy to have you on this week. And like
Oh,
I
thank
told
you, my love.
everybody, huh?
I was just saying thank you, my love.
Oh, yes, ma'am. And I was telling everybody, listen, we're going to get into this, okay? We're going to get into the spend night bag. At some point, y'all, men, listen up. We are going to give you some intel on what's in these spend night bags, okay? Just, okay. Anyway, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. Okay.
I have to
So,
tell you, my kids are looking at me real crazy right now. So,
why?
because, we're gonna get into it.
Okay.
We're gonna get into it.
Okay, we're going to get into it.
Yes.
So, Jessica, tell me, where are you located? Tell the people where you're located.
Okay, so I'm located in San Antonio, Texas, South Texas, by way of Dallas. I'm a Dallas girl. I'm a big city girl to my heart.
Are
The
you? I did not
skyline,
know that.
yes, that skyline does something to me.
Isn't it beautiful?
Skillman, Ardelia, Forest Lane, 635, 75. Girl, I'm a little hood chick.
Okay,
That's
so
it.
what? Where in that? Where are you from? What neighborhood?
So I like to say that I'm from the city, but I'm from all over because we lived in North Dallas. We lived a spell in Garland and
Okay.
Grapevine and Oak Cliff and South Dallas and North Dallas and
Yeah.
Richardson and the outskirts. So I'm a big city girl. That's
Okay.
what it is.
Okay. I never knew that about you. So when did you move to
Mhm.
San Antonio? How long have you been in San Antonio?
Ooh, since 2002.
Okay.
Um, my grandmother had health issues, and my mom was like, I'm going to be with my best friend. And at the time I was in school, and so I had to follow where my stuff went. And so we ended up here in San Antonio. And San Antonio has always been summers and vacations and
Mm-hmm.
Thanksgivings. And, I remember my grandparents having a garden in the backyard and the clothesline in the backyard, and
Yes.
that nostalgia and snapping peas in the living room, that nostalgia came from San Antonio,
Okay.
but I thrived in Dallas.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's Dallas is home.
Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, you have
Yeah,
to let
yeah.
me know when you come up here, because that's where I'm at. I don't know if you knew that, but that's where I'm at.
I got you. I'll be there soon. I got
Okay.
you.
Okay. And then, if you don't mind, because
Yes.
well, first of all, is your inbox open? Let me ask that.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
My inbox is open.
Okay.
It's there are some suitors,
Right.
but nothing sticking yet. There
Okay.
are options, but nothing sticking yet. So
Okay. So if
I'm
anybody watching wants to be sticky, the inbox is open. Okay, just so that you know, she's
inbox is open.
okay. Great. And so you are single, right?
Yes.
And dating.
Single
You
and
are
dating.
correct, because that's the thing. People don't understand. Like, you could be single and just not, accepting any suitors at the moment, right?
Right, right.
But
Single
you're
and dating.
single and actively dating. Okay, that's good. That's
Yes.
good to know. All right, Jessica, and so I told the people a little bit about what you do, but we're gonna get into that at the end, okay?
Okay.
But I have a hunch that part of what you do probably comes up a lot in your dating world, and in your dating life. I have a hunch. Okay, am I correct in that hunch or no?
Honestly, yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, because it kind of prevents me from going on the dates and doing the things that I really want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but then no, because when I'm working, I'm working. And if I don't see you, I don't see you. That's
Okay.
not to say that I won't, that's not to say that you won't get the attention,
Mm-hmm.
but I have a lot of pots on the stove,
Yeah.
and mama's got to make something happen. We got to make something shake with what we got. So
Right.
if I don't have the time, then I don't have the time. But I say that loosely because I do want to date, but I want to be courted, but I want
Yeah.
to, so yes and
Yeah.
no.
All the things. No, and
Yeah,
that's the
all the
thing. So
things.
regardless of how many pots you have on the stove, what I have normally found from women, right? I can only speak for women,
Huh.
is that because you're an entrepreneur, and so am I, right? And
Correct.
I get the whole plenty pots. There's lots of pots on the stove, right? I get that.
Correct. Yeah,
But I will say that I will absolutely make time for the
absolutely.
right one, right?
Absolutely.
You pursuing me and you showing me that you're interested. Oh,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna make time.
But
I'm
see,
gonna figure this out.
we gonna figure it out. But see, that's what I need. I need that give back. Like if you show me that you're interested and you tell me that you're interested and the conversation is consistent and you're doing all the things and not just saying all the things, but doing all the things.
Doing
If you're
all the things.
doing that and you're being consistent, then I'll make time. I'll make time. I have no problem with moving things around in my schedule for somebody who thinks that I'm important enough to do the same for me.
Absolutely.
Um, it's got to be the energy that I give has to be reciprocated.
There you go. That effort has to be there, and I preach that all the time, because
Absolutely.
a lot of what I'm finding is there's a lot of lip service. I like you, I like you, I like you, and that's, yeah, that's nice to hear. But then the actions
Sometimes
have
lip
to
service
align
is
with it,
nice.
huh?
Sometimes lip service is nice.
It's nice to hear, but the actions have to align with what you're saying.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
because then I'm
Yeah.
going to be like, well, you're saying that you like me, but your actions don't show that you like me. And so I feel like you don't like me, right?
Right. Right.
Because you have, like you said, it's not just, and I'm not talking about sitting on the phone talking to me all day, because I don't have time to talk all day. That's not what I'm saying.
No.
But at
Right.
least, a good morning text, like consistent reaching out, good morning text, or you're calling me whenever you have time.
Consistency.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm calling you when I have time. I'm texting you when, like there's
Yeah.
consistency on both ends. And I think that's what a lot of people kind of miss.
It
Men,
definitely has to be consistent. Like I tell everybody, my love language is accountability and consistency. Be
mm-hmm.
consistent because you're
Yeah,
gonna want the consistency from me when I'm in a relationship or when I'm in a thing and it has to flow for me. It has to make
yeah,
sense for me. If I feel
yeah,
like I'm doing too much, my pullback game is strong. But when I'm
yeah.
in it, I'm strong also. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So yeah.
That's the thing. That's the thing, fellas. So, just for those that are kind of wondering, we do like, like you said, I like to be courted as well. I like to be courted. I like
Absolutely.
for you to show me like, hey girl, you know what I'm saying? Like I like you. Like I like that.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
that's very attractive to me, you know? Um
Very,
and you're definitely gonna keep my interest with
very,
that.
yeah,
So,
yes.
that whole, again, that calling, that texting, that spending time. We don't have to see each other
Yes.
every day, but I need you to put forth the effort to actually make time in your schedule to spend time with me, you know?
And then texting, calling, like you said, I I have 85 jobs. I don't
Mm-hmm.
have time to stop and have a conversation. But when I do have the conversation, when the conversation is initiated, can it really be about something? Like, don't just, hey, what's up, girl? What you doing? If you call me at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Wednesday, guess what I'm doing? I'm probably at work. What do you want?
Yeah.
And you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So it has to be, he has to be about his business also to understand that I have a business mindset and
Yeah.
to know like me working is my money. That's how I provide for my kids. That's how
Right.
I provide the niceties and the things that I can afford on my own, but he can do it also. And be the man to um initiate. Like I don't mind initiating, but if it's all on me and I might as well date me. Like what am I getting out of the deal?
Right. And that's an important thing, is that the initiation can absolutely come from the woman sometimes too. We're not saying that the man has to
Hmm.
initiate, but it has to be matched, right?
Right.
So
Right.
you can't make me feel like I'm always the one reaching out and you're just waiting for me
Right.
to reach out and initiate conversation every single time. Like that's a turn
Right.
off, and nobody wants to deal with that. And again, it just makes me feel like you don't like me. And the moment that I feel like you don't like me, I'll pull all the way back. I pull
All the way back.
everything back.
All the way back.
Like
All the
it's
way back.
not a game, because I don't know, I don't know where you stand with me. I don't know if you like me or not. And that's a real thing.
Right.
And people don't, I don't think men really realize that.
It seems so juvenile, but you hit the nail on the head. If I don't know that you like me,
Mm-hmm.
there's no way that I can give you all of me in the sense of when I'm, like I said, when I'm in it, I'm in it. I'm going to ride for you. I might buy you a little gift. Let's go
Yeah.
out to eat. We doing surprise dates. Hey,
Yeah.
don't do anything on this day because I want to do this and this and this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look cute for you. I'm going to make sure my hair is done. I'm going to smell good. I'm going to look good. Skin going to be soft because that's what it is all the time, fellas, just like you know. You know, I'm gonna be anything and I'm gonna be invested. But the opposite side of the spectrum of that is once you show me otherwise, it's like, okay, if I'm an option, go choose the better option because I don't want to be an option no more. Go choose who you think is
Listen.
hitting your time because I'm good on that.
And that you hit the nail on the head. That option thing, don't make me feel like it's me and somebody else, or like you want me to be like a Hunger Game type of situation. Because I'm gonna tell you now, well then
But
just go on
somebody
with
else,
them. There you go. Because I feel like, and I'm sure everybody feels like this, but I feel
yeah,
like I'm special enough to where you
yeah,
should see, this. And like you said, it's not just you taking me on dates. I'm taking you on dates. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And I'm taking you on good dates, and I'm spending good money on you. Okay,
Good
let's be
with
clear.
a T on the
Okay,
end. Good.
let's be clear. Like it's not, like I'm courting, not courting, but I'm wooing you just like you're supposed to be wooing me, and I want that back. And I'm giving you the compliments, and I'm spending the time with you,
Yeah,
and I'm calling and texting you, and I'm
yeah.
I'm into you.
Good.
But like you said, if it's not reciprocated, then I'm like, okay, well, hold on, now wait a minute. That ain't gonna work for me. And or
Not
if
at
I feel
all.
like I'm in a Hunger Games situation, yeah, no, I'm not
Oh, see,
gonna
but
do
not
that.
do no. We don't. No, we don't do no Hunger Games.
We
Cause
don't do
go
Hunger
ahead and
Games.
feed the children. Let them. Let them. let the
Let
Lord use you
let
wherever you
him
got to
use
go,
you,
because
baby.
it is not here.
Let him use you.
No,
And,
sir. No.
and then when you realize what you know what I'm saying, stacked up against
Right.
everybody else, and you realize what you missed, I mean, it is what it is, right?
At that
That's the
point, it
risk
is
you
what it
take.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, okay. So Joseph says action speaks louder. Absolutely. Action speaks
Definitely.
very loud, but I don't want to take away from the verbal. Because I like to hear, you're beautiful, and
Of course.
thank you, and I appreciated that you did A, B, and C. Like, I like to hear it too, but I
Of
also need the
course.
actions to go with it. Um
Everybody
and
wants to hear the niceties and the sweet nothings and the pillow talk and the ooh girl, you smell good today, because it does something to a
yeah,
woman when a man just affirms her. But
yes,
what good is the affirmation without the action? Do
right,
you know what I'm saying? That's like
right,
pouring into your children and saying, you're good, you're good, you're good, but then like you're there, it's regular, it's mundane. Like, what do they
right,
get for being good, or what do they
right,
get for, you can't expect, everything to just be surface level. And that
right,
kind of goes into what we wanted to talk about was, everything can't be surface level, because listen, I'm iceberg deep. I promise. And just hitting the tip of the iceberg, you're going to miss something. And
right,
then you're not going to know what you missed. And then before you know it, it's going to be over, and it's going to be too much for you to overcome.
right,
And it's going to take you.
right.
And I'm going to be out of it like, that's your bad.
Right. Right. Because again,
Yeah.
I feel like you don't like me, and I feel like it's a waste of time, or I'm an option. So that's a real
Yeah.
thing. And that's regardless of whether that's true or not. Maybe you do like us, right? But if it comes
Yeah.
off as if you don't, or you're being, like you're not putting forth the effort, then that's a problem.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
and so, okay, let's get into kind of your backstory, and then we can end up of where you're
Woo,
at now.
child. Okay.
Yes, let's get
Let's
into it.
do it.
What
Let's do
Tell
it.
us a
Let's get
little bit
into it. Let's
about
go.
how you met your ex, and how it led all the way up to marriage. You know what I'm saying? Like, what
Okay.
was it about him? How did y'all get into all
So, okay. So, it was a while ago. So we had a span of 7 years together.
that?
7 years together, married for 4. So it wasn't like this was just a random, we gonna do this and it's gonna be this and whatever, whatever. No, there was a genuine love and growth there. And so I actually met him doing local stage plays here in the city in San Antonio. And he, in his industry, was opening up and getting the crowd ready for the play that was getting ready to ensue. And it was just awkward because he made it like a joke. I didn't know who he was. And so I get back to, the green room and in the dressing room, and we're getting dressed, and I'm like, who is this dude? Like, what is this problem? And a really good friend of mine was like, oh, you don't know who that, like, he's, known in the city or whatever. I was like, never heard of him. And kept going about my day, did my thing, did the stage play, whatever, whatever, was cool. I want to say, like, maybe a month or two after that, his homeboy hit me up and was like, my homeboy said, what's up? And I was like, no, 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 no. Tell your homeboy he can say what's up. If he send it through you, he can send it to me. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
well, he don't have your number like that. Okay, well, social media is a thing. So
Mm-hmm.
he inboxed me and he asked me for my number and, would you like to go out? And so everything in the beginning was the nice stuff, the good, let me introduce myself, right stuff, right? Um, it ensued from there. And like I said, I was just really, and it's so odd because I remember distinctly that day, the night before we met, was just, I was sitting in my car in the rain. It's something about car therapy. I was
Mm-hmm.
sitting in my car in the rain, and I was scrolling through my phone, and I was just, Lord, whatever's going to happen, it's meant to happen. I'm nervous. I've never acted or performed in front of a crowd before. I don't know what this is. I don't know what you have for me, but whatever is in your will, let it just be.
Mm-hmm.
And then literally 8 hours later, I'm meeting this man, and I'm like, I don't, what? What?
Yeah.
And it went out of sight, out of mind. And then every time he saw me after that, I had my kids with me. So he already knew in the beginning that I was a mom. I didn't have my kids. I don't have my kids. You see me, you see them. You see them, you know I'm somewhere in the vicinity working the room. That's just what I do. Um, and so it began to build into a budding relationship, and he asked me one night to go to a fight party. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll go. I think my boys were staying with my mom at the time, or, she had them on the weekend or whatever. And I was like, I'll go. I'll make the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he picked me up and drove me to his parents' house. And I was like, you could have told me that this was going to be at your mom and daddy house. But needless to say, we watched the fight or whatever. And so when he introduced me to them, he was like, oh, she's my girlfriend. And all they knew me was from this character in the play. So that's who they thought that I was in real life. And it's like, no, that's not. And so when I come in and I'm yes, ma'am, no, sir, and all that, it's complete night and day difference from them because they met me as a character. So in him introducing me as his girlfriend, we get in the car, he's taking me home, and he's like, so how does that sound to you? And I was like, what? Because by this time, I'm like, oh my God, like I literally just experienced this man's family. And he was like, well, with you being my girlfriend. And I just thought it was the sweetest thing, and I melted. And I was like, I mean, we can see where that goes. But it just began to build. It began to build. And things happened. We moved in together. And I told him up front, I was like, look, I don't play no games. I'm not playing house. This is not Barbie and Kim for me. I have 2 kids. So what are we doing?
Right.
What are we doing? You need to make a move. I'm going to give you 3 years. Something needs to happen. A question needs to pop, or you need to be of the mind frame. This is what you want to do by the time I hit 30. Because I'm not wasting my time.
Right.
So he did. He asked. We got engaged, and we were engaged for a year, I believe, before we got married, and we were married for 4 years.
Okay.
I think what happened. Not. I think what happened. What happened was, how there's a meme that's going around where there's an image of how Jesus or how God is portrayed, white man, flowing hair, and he's in this robe, and behind his back is this huge teddy bear, and this little girl has this little baby teddy bear that she's holding on to, and it's tatted and rattered and all this stuff and broke, and the eyeball is missing or whatever. And he has his hand out, and he's saying, just trust me. And she doesn't want to let the little bear go, not knowing it's something bigger behind Jesus. And I think what happened was we held on too long when we both knew it was time to let go.
Okay.
And that's not to say that we didn't try, because we did try to save it. My grandparents, who were married for over 30 years, have always said, don't ever fall out of love with each other at the same time.
Don't ever fall out of love?
Right.
Okay.
You can still like them, but don't ever fall out of love at the same time.
Okay.
Because if you like them, there's still a chance for you to try. There's still a want to find that love, to get back into the place of love. Now, remember, my grandparents were old school. So you didn't necessarily have to love the person that you married, as long as you knew that's the person that you were with and you liked them enough to be with them.
Okay.
But don't ever fall out of love around the same time. And I don't think it's a matter of that we fell out of love. I think it was a matter of we held on too long. And so I have nails, right? So if I keep doing this, I'm going to get scars in my hand. We held on too long, and we should have let go to prevent the scars. And so with all of those scars and everything, that's where it got to be resentful, or saying not so nice things, or expecting something that wasn't communicated. And that began to be the bigger issue, not can we fix this.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so when you say y'all held on too long, at that moment when you realized that you held on too long, we're talking about already in the marriage at this point, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you stayed married a lot longer than what you feel y'all should have. And so then I'm assuming then that's what led to the demise and the divorce.
Correct.
Okay.
Because it when you don't communicate things, as much as we say, oh, I don't care, it don't bother me, it does, because you let it fester. And then
Yeah.
it'll present itself in other ways. So now, instead of communicating, hey, this bill is due, now is, well, last week you left the top off the toothpaste. Well, last week when you talked to me, you said this, and then the transition, the message that needs to be communicated gets lost.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And
Right.
so then it doesn't become about the wound itself. It just becomes about the scar and how it happened and why it should have been prevented in the first place. Instead of, hey, like I'm really hurting and I need you to see me.
Mm-hmm.
That falls on both of us. I can't sit here and say that he was totally at fault or that I was totally at fault. There were some things that he could have worked on, absolutely. When you are not used to receiving love the way that I love, it can be overwhelming. And I will be admittedly, it can be stifling to somebody who hasn't received it. So when you see it, it's like, okay, you ain't real.
You don't trust
You don't
it.
really,
Yeah. You
you
don't
don't
trust
trust
it.
it.
Yeah.
I was watching the other day um, a story about a little puppy that went to a animal shelter, a rescue shelter, and the little puppy just shook because it didn't trust anybody, wouldn't go to anybody. They're offering the little puppy food. The puppy don't trust nobody. When you don't trust what you're receiving, you push it away.
Yeah.
Where I where my frustration grew was being pushed away felt like rejection.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it's like, well, what am I doing if I'm loving you and you're rejecting this love? Now I'm looking at it like it's a me thing. And what am I not doing? Because I'm doing all the things instead of loving him the way that he needed to be loved. I loved him the way that I knew how to love.
Okay.
And that's very different. That's
Right.
very different.
Right. So let me ask you this because you touched on a really important topic of um trying to provide love pretty much to a damaged person. Pretty
Mm-hmm.
much is, what we're gonna call it, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so it is absolutely one of the hardest things to, especially when you guys come from different backgrounds. And I don't know y'all's situation, right? And I don't know if y'all came from
Right.
different backgrounds, but what I've
Yeah.
experienced is that when I'm dating a man that has come from a different background and didn't grow up with love and with seeing healthy relationships and whatnot, right? And then I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to date you, and like you said, I'm trying to love you. I'm trying to love you, and you're kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
man, what? What are you?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you like me so much? Why are you doing this? Why are you?
Right.
Because I like you. I love you. It's hard dealing with a damaged man that does not know how to receive love, period, in any type of form.
Right.
Not just your way, but in his way. He doesn't know how to receive love regardless, right?
Right. Right.
That's very, very difficult to do. And so that's interesting that you said that. So let me ask you this, because I mean, if y'all dated 7 years and married 4, that's 11 years. So are you saying that in the 11 years he just never, because you would think that one would get used to, like, okay, this is how she is. She's consistently
It,
loving me this way. This is how it is.
it was always a push and pull. So the time frame, we were together for a total of 7 and married for 4.
Okay.
So
Oh, okay.
right. So
Okay.
getting to know him, when you don't live with somebody, you really don't know who they are until you're in that person's space.
Mm-hmm.
How do they act when nobody is looking?
Right.
And you don't get to witness that until you live with them.
Right.
And we did cohabitate before marriage, but we were dating and we were committed in the sense of, I'm not going nowhere, you're not going nowhere, so let's just do this. We already know this is what it's going to be. Add to that, this is a single man, has never been married, doesn't have any children.
Mm-hmm.
His priorities are not the same. And I'm a single mom with 2 kids, and I have to provide. I have
Right.
to get it done. Bills have to be paid.
Right.
And that dynamic is very different. When you're forced to do something, you're literally going from taking care of yourself, and as long as I eat maybe once a day, twice a day, whatever, I'm good, to now having to provide for a family.
A whole
It's
family.
it's a shock. It's a
Mm-hmm.
shock. And I thought that we slowly integrated everything that we needed to integrate until it started popping up in the marriage. I was asked recently, would I ever get married again? And I think the answer is yes, but
Okay.
I would prefer a life partner, somebody to do life with, because
Yes.
as soon as that word marriage now somehow has like this negative connotation to it, where it means like, I got you for life and you're going to accept me whatever way that and that's not what it is.
Right.
That's not, we're not doing that.
Right.
Because if I can go out here and apply for a job, and the second that I find a better job, I leave that job, just know, like, I'm not out here for the shenanigans. I'm not doing it.
Right.
That's
Right.
not to say that I'll be disrespectful, but I know my worth.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we're gonna go to IKEA. I'm not gonna come to the table. I'm not bringing anything to the table. We're gonna go to IKEA. We're gonna buy this box with this 85 million pieces, and I'm gonna help you build this table together. And then we're
Right.
gonna go to Home Goods. We're gonna get some decor. We're gonna put a tablecloth on that
Right.
thing. We're gonna make it rock. We're gonna present it well because it's already built on that foundation.
Right.
That's what I bring. And I have to be careful with that because a lot of people don't know how to nurture that. So I
That's
have to
right.
teach people how to nurture that
Right.
because
Right.
I have to nurture that. You know what I mean? And
Right.
I have to get back to that.
And I think what you're because that's my mentality. My mentality has always been I want to experience life with somebody. You know, one of my guests, maybe two, three guests back, when we were talking prior to the show, you know, he was married and I told him, you know, I want to be married. And he was like, why? You know, because he had been divorced, you know.
Hmm.
And he was going through a bad divorce. So he was like, why? And I was like, because doing life alone it's not what's
It
it,
don't hit the
right?
same.
It's
It
not
don't
what's
hit
it,
the
and
same.
that's not what I want to do for the rest of my life. I want to experience life with somebody, and so I want to get married, and I want to have that husband and all that niceties, right? But I
Yeah.
also have the mentality of building with somebody. We can build
Mhm.
whatever it is that we want to build, and we can do it together and go a lot farther than individually. Is my thought process, right?
Right.
But I
Right.
think that you're right, is that presenting that, like when I tell a man that, they just kind of is disbelief, like, yeah, okay, like,
Right.
you know,
Right.
they not, they don't know what to
It's
do with that.
crazy. They don't know what to
Right.
do with it because I'm an 80s baby. I'm a proud 80s
Mm-hmm.
baby.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think with everything that society kind of threw at us as women by taking our black men away from us or
Mm-hmm.
allowing that separation between the man and family and being nurtured and loved, it's been made so um cool to I'm out here and I'm rocking and I'm doing this alone and I don't need no woman, I don't need no man. No, I'm tired of being hard. I don't want to be hard. I want to be soft. I want to be
Right.
feminine. I can pump my
Right.
own gas, but why for? I can why? I just want to be
Right.
cute and put your hand on my thigh in the passenger seat while we go to the movies or something. Like
Right.
I want to have somebody that will know how to just kind of coddle me. Like I'm sitting here
Yeah.
with my Hello Kitty blanket right now because it's cold. I
Mm-hmm.
want somebody to hold me. I want
Right.
somebody. Where's the niggas this up under? Because I want one.
That lay in your lap while you watch TV type.
I'm
Where?
fine. Let me just caress your Caesar real quick. Like I
Girl.
want that so bad.
Right.
But
And it's simple
men aren't
things.
accepting. It's simple, but men aren't accepting of it. And I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you
They
good.
don't accept it because it feels weird. And a man doesn't like to feel weird for no other reason than that. They just don't like to feel weird. And it's like, but if I'm loving on you and we finna eat, I got something on the stove. I'm caressing your Caesar.
Not
We
your
sit up in
Caesar,
the bed.
baby.
Yes, come
Not,
on, Caesar with a fade. Just yes, God.
not the
With
Caesar,
with
baby.
I need the neck muscles and the shoulders and I need the arms. That's what I just hold me. Just and I will say too, I don't mind you kind of checking me a little bit because that's gonna
Yeah.
make me be like, oh wait, did he just
Right.
told me what?
He told me to sit down and be quiet.
Girl, let me go ahead and sit down because
Let
he
me go down
crazy. Let me
and be
let me go ahead and sit
quiet.
down because girl, he crazy. He be talking to me all crazy and stuff. I want that. I do.
Right.
I want that because I feel like when a man is respected, when a man can just be a man, it
Right.
allows me to operate in that feminine energy. And I
Yeah.
just want to be feminine.
And soft
Like,
and live a soft life.
and soft. That's it. It's so much that I do out here on a daily basis. When I
Hmm.
get home, the last thing that I want to do is have an argument about why something didn't get paid or why somebody came to the house. You the man of the house, answer the door. Or you're doing, you know what I'm saying? This,
Yeah.
I get that you want to lay your crown down because a man deals with a lot, especially
Yeah.
with post-COVID and the insanity that the whole year of 2020 was. And I just, so I get it, I understand it, but Black women have to step up where Black men lack.
Right.
And that's not discussed in households. It's like the woman has to step in and do this. What if I don't want to? I can, but what if I don't want to?
Right. Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes, I do. So okay, let's get into these because we done missed so much comments. We just been going hard. Let me see. So uh so Ray says not IKEA. Yes, IKEA with the box. She said
Yes,
the
them
A5.
IKEA.
And then she said he said, wrong niggas. Okay. And I'll give you that. It's been the wrong for me. It has absolutely been the wrong one, you know. And then I think when he said the slap cheeks comment, that was the him putting his head on
Come
your lap while
on,
you're
I'm
watching
here for
TV.
that. While I'm cooking and flipping the chicken, come on and slap a little cheekage every now and then. Let me know you there. You see something,
You know
cause
what I'm
it's
saying?
you see it getting bigger. You see it.
You see, I've been
Yes,
doing
give me.
squats. I've
I
been doing
bet these
squats,
squash
boo.
is working, boo. Let me fit. Yes, yes.
And then Ray says, Ray, I'm not putting you in. I'm not putting you in, okay? You gotta just sit back and listen. He said, woman's perspective, LOL, I'll fall back. Yes. Let us tell you what we desire, what we're looking for, what
Yes,
we want, you
yes.
know? And that's what we want. We Kim says, I think she got a prospect. She might, he's in San Antonio. Um
Oh Lord. See, here we go.
but we do and I'm glad that you said that because my guest last week was trying to say that strong women, alpha women, uh are hard to deal with, so to speak, because we want
Mhm.
to control everything. And I think
No.
what was missed was that, number one, when you're dealing with a woman who is entrepreneur and doing her own thing and running her household and doing all the things, you're gonna have to, as a man, you gotta work up. Alpha man, you gotta work up to being that leader in her life. It's not like I meet you and in 2 seconds you're leading me. I
Yeah.
don't know where you're leading me to. You have to prove that you're worthy of leading me anywhere, right?
Yeah.
So
It's
that's
funny
something
you
that
say that. Because that was his thing, was I didn't trust him enough to lead. And it's like, well, when he met me, I was very independent. Like I said, I'm a mom of two. I gotta make it happen. It's gotta be done because on this day, this is this, on this day, that is due, on this day, we got basketball practice on this day, he gotta stay late on this day, we got doctor's appointments. And you can't just, like I said, come from a situation where all you got is yourself to a situation where it's three more people that you have to provide for, and then question, well, why she don't trust me? You
right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
Like that boggles my mind because that was his. Well, you don't, if you don't need me here, it's not I don't need you here, but if you're here and you're not doing anything that's beneficial for both of us, where does that leave me? If I'm making all the decisions because the decisions are not being made And this is something now, year 4, that we're having to navigate within our marriage, year 7 of knowing each other. Why are we still in this place? There was a retract that happened somewhere along the way, and I still to this day don't know what that is. But
Okay.
I can't get hold up in that, because I know I did what I could do to try to save my marriage, and counseling and reaching out to family and talking it out and communicating and meeting once a week and talking with the boys and giving space and doing this. And
Mhm.
at what point do you say enough is enough? At
Right.
what point do you say we're hurting each other more than we're helping or healing each other?
And you're absolutely right. As a leader outside the house, or as an entrepreneur, a businesswoman, a boss, whatever it is that you want to label it, right?
Right.
As a woman outside the household who has to hold it down outside, there's nothing that I would absolutely love other than to come home and not have to do any of that, right? And to
Yeah.
just be able to
Yeah.
sit back and just be, like you said, just soft and feminine, and let him do all the things, as far as
Yeah.
leading, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
While
Yeah.
I, do whatever I'm gonna do, rub on
And
his
see,
feet,
I'm not
as you said.
and it's, I don't think it's a tall ask, Bree, because what I ask for, I give. So I'm gonna
Yes,
give that man the space to be the man.
yes,
Like I
yes.
said, check me sometime. Tell me, like, okay, you're doing too much. I love you, but
Right,
you need to sit down.
right.
Or, this is what we're doing. Get a backpack. Let's go. We're gonna do this. Or
Yeah,
I can't do this right now. I'm working. Give me 20 minutes and I got you.
yes,
And
yes.
that's why I said, if it's given, it will definitely be given back. It just
Reciprocated,
has to
right,
be that it will be reciprocated. It just has to be the consensus that this is what we're going to do.
right. And I think that that's the misconception, is that, you know, that strong women just can't be led, and that's not the case. They want to be led. It's just the fact that maybe for whatever reason, you're just not leading, or there's something missing, or for whatever the
Yeah,
case may be, right? But
yeah.
let's throw that out the window. Women, we want to, come home, be cuddled. I want to be, like you said, I want to be held. I want to be cuddled. I want to come and tell you how, such and such got on my nerves, and hold me. I had a rough day. You know what I'm saying? I want all of
Listen, I want to stop him from going up to the job. No, baby, don't go up there. Like, no, like, I'll deal with Lisa when
that.
I
Don't
get to
put
the
your
job
hands
tomorrow.
on them.
Don't go up there. Don't, baby, I got it. Like,
Right.
that's the type of energy that I want. And I feel like I'm deserving of it, because, again, let him tell me somebody at the job is trying to check him, or somebody ate his lunch. Okay, I'm going up there. Who I got to talk to? Like, because it's on site. But in that, it's just like you said. You said it was, and you hit the word so eloquent. It's just simple. It's
It's
just
simple.
simple.
Hmm.
If a man can stand in that honor of being a man, why can't I, as a woman, step in that space of just being a woman?
Yeah. And a lot
I'm
of it doesn't even have to do with any type of uh any group, what I'm saying, like any physicality. It doesn't have, a lot of it just has to be, you treating me right. You
Yeah,
talking to me right. You
yeah,
respecting
yeah.
me and honoring me. You know what I'm saying? You showing me affection, and kissing on me and loving on me. That's
Ooh,
a lot of it
child.
has,
Wait a minute, because
listen,
wait,
a lot of it
that did
just has
something
to
to
do with
me.
that. It's about how you
Yeah,
treat me as the woman in your life, right?
yeah,
And so
absolutely.
now I feel like, okay, he's protecting me. And not only is he protecting me physically, and I've said this before, but you're protecting my heart. Like, that's the most important part, right? I need the physical
Yeah.
protection, but I also need to know that you care about my feelings. And I also need to know that you care about my heart, and that you're not going to hurt me, and you're going to take care of me emotionally. Again, which
See,
just may be a kiss and holding me at this present moment, right?
my emotional space was so fragile in the latter years of that relationship, because I experienced a major loss.
Okay.
And whew, um, him not seeing that for what it was,
Mm-hmm.
and again, just being surface level with, I don't understand why you grieving a man, not knowing there was an impact that happened,
Mm.
regardless of whether it was man, woman, boy, child, cat, dog, species, whatever. I was affected by somebody and I lost that person
Mm-hmm.
who helped create and shape the person that I am today, that he met 4 years ago, so to have that question of, yeah, but I don't understand, it was mind boggling to me. And I no longer, I felt so vulnerable. I felt naked in that sense emotionally, as to how can you not want to protect me, but you're trying to make it about you.
Right. And it's not
you
about you. This
know
has nothing to do
and it's
with
not
you.
about you. It's not that it's bigger than what he was, but at that very moment I needed to be protected, and I needed to know, even though I don't understand, even though I have no idea what you're going through, even though I can't, I need to understand, so I got to ask you about this, and let me ask you about this, but just hold me, or
Yeah.
just be there, or
Yeah.
just be there in silence. There have been so many times where my best friend and I have just cried on the phone in silence together.
Mm-hmm.
But I know she was there, and she knows that I was there. And I needed him to emotionally just be present. And it was out of sight, out of mind.
And
And I think,
that presence doesn't have to include words, because I know men are not, a lot of men are not men of words,
mhm,
right? So that
correct,
presence doesn't have to include words, but like you said,
correct,
just holding you, just comforting you. I don't understand, but I'm gonna hold you through this, and I'm
right,
just gonna hold you till you stop crying. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Something of
right.
that nature. And then not saying anything that's insensitive. Like, I don't know why
Yeah,
you're crying over a man. That's insensitive.
yeah.
Just keep that to
And
yourself.
I think, and now in his defense, because I don't want to butcher or, slam anybody, I
Right.
don't think that he was capable of understanding anything outside of that. So to have the expectation that he could and then he didn't, and then to say something like that, yes, detrimental, but he was really trying to understand, like, how did this person affect you? And then where do I stand in this if this is how you feel about this person? You know what I mean? Like, I get where it was coming from, but
It,
in the moment,
the
it was
timing
like,
was off. The timing was
dang,
the timing
it
was
was wrong.
Yeah.
I felt it was wrong. And I think that's where everything kind of started to cloud for me. And then
Okay.
when you feel like you're alone in a union, I don't even want to use the word
Ooh.
marriage, because people take that word, and marriage can mean so many different things to so many different people. But
Yeah.
we've decided under God that we are going to join and unite our lives. So this is a union. When you feel isolated in a union, it's the worst possible place that you can be.
Absolutely. I've always said that the loneliest feeling is to be in a relationship and feel lonely. I have always
Absolutely.
felt that way. Like, that is the absolute worst. I would rather just be lonely and be lonely and feel
You
lonely
know,
than be in a relationship and feel lonely.
because I'm still on this healing journey, and I think I'm doing really good to try to fight back this emotion, but isolation is not necessarily loneliness.
Mm-hmm.
You can be in a relationship and be isolated, but when you're in a relationship and lonely, it's like somebody's making a choice to not be present.
Right.
Isolation is, I gotta do this so that way when I come out of this, it's better for the both of us. Loneliness is you sitting on one end of the couch, I'm sitting on the other end of the couch, and there's space between us where last week it was never no space between us. And how did we get here?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that, you gotta have somebody who's willing to step in the ring with you.
Yeah.
And for a while, wouldn't even come out the locker room. So I'm in the box, I'm in the ring, I'm ready to go. I'm gonna fight for my marriage. I'm warming up, I'm, jabbing, I'm punching the air, I'm getting ready. But at some point, he just stopped coming out of the locker room.
Okay.
So then I have to assess my value. And Tia Mowry said it best recently, is that she knew her marriage was over when she started loving on herself more.
Yeah.
Because as women, we innately nurture. And I'm going to put him first. And I'm going to make sure that my family is good. And I'm going to make sure the kids are good. And I'm going to fix his plate first. And I'm going to, come home and change clothes and get dinner started and da 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 da, whatever. And then we forget about us until it said, oh, you gonna do your hair today? You gonna do that? And when we forget about us and it's all about family or that man, it's all good. But
Yeah.
then when we start to take a step back and realize, I'm may take a look go the long way home from work,
Yeah.
instead of hurrying up to get right home. That's when, as women, we have to assess, like, I gotta choose me, like my emotional space and my emotional compass is more important than the facade that everything is okay.
Correct. I agree with that. I agree with that. Um, let's kind of pivot. Let's pivot
Okay?
into now. That's behind us. That
Yes.
relationship behind us, and then
Yes.
now we are out here in these murky dating waters.
Yes. So we are still on good terms. We talk, we text, not often. It doesn't need to be often, but we're respectful of each other's
Okay,
spaces.
good.
Um, and so I've dabbled in dating,
Okay.
and I realized, like I said, I want the courtship. I want
Yeah.
the phone call, the get
Yeah.
ready, meet me here, or I'll come pick you up, and we're gonna
Yeah.
do this, and we're gonna do that, and then getting me home at a decent hour. Like I'm ready for all of that
Yeah.
because my day starts at 5 o'clock every morning. Like I'm gonna go to bed by 9 o'clock, sir. I'm so sorry. Like you know what I'm saying? Because sleep is amazing.
Yeah, it
Okay,
is.
and my bed is real nice to me.
Okay.
Um, so I mean I do. I want that. I want
Okay.
to do the different dating. Like it don't always have to be dinner and drinks in a club. Like
Mhm.
please, sir, please, whoever is out there in DM land, don't take me to no bar or no lounge. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm gonna be busy. I'm telling you right now. Don't do it.
Not
Let's
that you're
not.
busy ahead of time.
I'm
Okay.
busy. I'm already booked. I'm
Okay.
booked. My
Can't do it.
no,
Ain't gonna be
sorry.
able to do
Can't
it.
do it. No, won't do it.
And
Can't do it.
so have you so you have been dabbling in dating. I'm assuming, like
Yes.
you said earlier, nothing stuck yet. Um have you what are you finding out as far as now that you've overcome that and you back out here? What would you say that you learned, not not only about yourself, but some things that you've changed that you needed to change?
Ooh. Um. That I do have to be. Patience is definitely a virtue.
Okay.
Um. I can't. I'm the type of person, like I said, if I'm in it, I'm not gonna half-ass anything. You're never gonna get 50% from me. It's always gonna be 110%,
Mhm.
and that's just who I've always been. And um, I have to meet people where they are
Yeah.
because sometimes they're not ready for 115%
Right.
all the way
Right.
up. Um, and I wrestled with that a lot because it's like, well, now I'm not being genuine. I'm not being me.
Yeah.
But everybody can't take that. And if they can't take that, then I have to reassess that situation and that boundary for me. I've also learned that um, a lot of people have said that, it's pee in a dating pool. It's not pee in a dating pool for me. Like I'm not, it's if you want to date somebody different, stop going to the same spaces to meet the same people and expecting them to be different. That's
Right.
why I said up front, don't take me to no bar, don't take me to a lounge, and Lord, please don't take me to Bentley's thinking that's a date, because I will block you. Like, don't. That's not where I want to meet nobody at. I want to go to a golf course, or I want to go to a museum, or I
Mhm.
want to go to a play. I want to go to Broadway. I want to travel. I want to um, go to the coast. Was a vacation in Houston. I want to do brunch. I want to do,
Yeah.
the Majestic Theater and see a Broadway play. I want to, do like a workout date. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to, like, don't stop it. Like that's not
No,
cool. You know what I'm
don't
saying?
invite me to no workout day, baby. Somebody
I would
tried to
love it.
invite me to a
Just
workout
no.
day. I said, no,
I
no,
would
no, no.
love
I said,
it.
that's
Let's go
not,
work
no, sir.
out.
No, 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 no. I work out alone, okay? And I don't, and then I have my set days. Don't add
I
that to
mean,
my thing.
okay, so hear me out. I have my set days, but if I'm like, okay, so a gentleman asked me to go and work out with him, and I was like, okay, no, because I work out 3 times a week, and these are my days to work out. But it could have really been, you know what I'm saying? Cool. I want to do something different. Let's
Yeah,
go paint. It don't always got to be about food, liquor, and then,
yeah,
we coloring at the end of the night. Because no, that's not what I want. I want something different. And I feel like when people do that, I'm gonna go to this club and I'm gonna meet this man. And girl, he told me he was this and he lied to me. Well, where did you meet him? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I have to present myself differently. I can't always walk
yes,
in hurt. I can't always be the victim. I can't always, well, he lied to me and you remind me of him and this, because that man is not the hurt. That man is not the offense. And you
right.
have to give everybody their space to prove themselves.
And
Just
I
like
like
I
what
want
you
that space.
I like that you said that because you're right. Like, as women, we have the tendency to carry around that hurt and that bitterness. And then you're taking it out
Mhm.
on the next man who has done absolutely nothing to
Absolutely
you. You
nothing.
can't see
Hmm.
past your past. Right. And
Yeah,
so, yeah, no, make sure that before you move on, ladies, that you're in that mental mindset where it's healthy, where you're a
yeah,
healthy human being out here, you know what I'm saying, walking around instead of being toxic and carrying around all
yeah,
that, that ugliness.
yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that to nobody
Healthy,
deserves that. And Ray,
healthy
I'm
is
not working out
definitely
with my
the new
man.
sexy.
Huh? I ain't
Healthy
finna do
is
it.
definitely healthy is definitely the new sexy.
It
Like for
is.
real, just be healthy.
Be
Like
healthy.
I and if I can just suggest for us ladies, and I've had to teach myself this, just be open to new ideas, be open to new adventures, be open to new things and new smells and new tastes and new sounds.
Yeah.
And if it feels different, that's because it is.
Right.
But you still get to choose, do I want to take part in this or do I not?
Right.
Um, I had never been on a golf course before, and I sat in a golf cart on a golf course, and did that, and it was just casual conversation and thinking, oh, okay, now I was wrong. I was all the way wrong, dressed wrong, back out, no bra. Like, I was all the way wrong at the golf course. But it was a different experience in the
Mhm.
sense of I got to see something different, and I
Right.
was able to experience the golf club and just luxury. And
Yeah.
why am I not worthy of that? You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. I'm
It was
completely,
different, but
I'm
cool.
completely on board with what you're saying. And I have never been on a date at a golf course. I've never been to a golf course, period. But I absolutely want to go to a golf course, just to have that experience.
Right,
Um,
right.
Kim says, as the guy said in one of your other shows, don't forget to forgive and forgive yourself.
Yeah,
Absolutely
you
forgive
have
yourself
to.
and
Yeah,
show up as your best self, not somebody who's bitter and ugly. And then you sit here accepting dates from men and all you going to do is just, what I'm saying, ruin everybody's day. Don't do that. Just sit at
yeah,
home
that's
by
fine.
yourself until you
Yeah.
figure that out,
You
because
gotta
don't nobody
have
care what they
fun.
do
You gotta enjoy you.
that.
And in Kim following what she said as far as forgiveness is power.
Yeah, it is.
Forgiveness is not anything lenient or light. Forgiveness is huge. And
Yeah,
when you can, it's so easy for us to either forgive somebody else or be just totally dismissive of them. But you gotta sit with yourself. And I will be honest and transparent and say there have been days, like literally this time last year, in
mm-hmm.
the darkest depression. I
Wow.
don't remember Thanksgiving through February of this year. I just don't. It's
Wow.
a blur for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, to have my coworker tell me, "Girl, you need to brush your hair today." Do you know what I'm saying? Like, because you get into this robotic mindset of I gotta go to work, the kids gotta go to school, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And so now, a year later, to be in this place of, oh, you want to take me on a date? Okay, well, let's go. Where we going? I got a suggestion. Or we're going to take you, I'm going to take you here. I'm going to take you this. I'm going to take you that. And when you operate from a place of light after being in so much darkness, people see that. And so
Yeah.
they're drawn to you.
Yeah.
But you got to be careful with that because everybody will want your light to shade it. And some will want your light to take from you and
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
grab that energy from you, but you have to know how to give it to people so they see it, they respect it, and then be able to take it back and say, no, it's
Correct.
mine. And if you
Correct.
want this, you're gonna have to do something
You're
for
gonna have
it.
to earn it. You're gonna have to earn it.
Yeah.
Sybil says, yes, I was just invited to play golf. Will be my first time. Sybil, you're gonna have to let me know. Give me an
Go,
update. That sounds like a fun day.
go. It's
Um,
really fun. I mean, because you think about it, it's about maybe 2.5, 3 hours of conversation. And if the gentleman, Sybil, hi baby, I love you so much. If the gentleman is, receptive and wants to teach and is okay, now you got to do this, you got to do that, and this is what this means, and this is, it can be a learning experience. And I'm a nerd. I love learning. I love words and wordplay and vernacular and vocabulary. So anytime that I can learn something, I feel like I'm better for it. But go have that experience because it's fun. And the little, light skinned friend couples be out there cute with their skirts, and I'm ready to get me a whole golf set, like wardrobe, because it was
cute,
amazing.
cute one.
I be out there
Yes.
cute and
Yes.
perched, girl, with the
Okay.
gloves and the hats and
All of that.
everything. All
All
of
of
it.
the little visor, the little hat visor,
Yes.
and the
Yes.
and the cute
The
skirt.
proper
Yeah,
mid
that's everything.
ponytail. Yes. Yes.
And I will
Yes.
say this: I like the fact that I it's attractive for a man to teach me something when you're
Oh
explaining
God.
something. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes it sounds
Oh.
like wah 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 wah, because I'm just looking at you like, oh, like this is sexy. This is amazing. I am
Yes.
turned
Oh
on.
my
I'm
God.
attracted to you. Just I don't even know what you're saying, but I love it. Right?
Listen. Okay. So went on another date where this gentleman, had just got back from travels. He's very well traveled. Just got back from his travels at Napa and was telling me about, wine and this flavor and that flavor and what do you like and don't say Moscato and this is this and this that. I was like,
Okay.
first of
Okay.
all, you're not gonna do my Moscato like that because, sir. But just to have I don't remember the conversation, but the man was gorgeous while he was talking to me.
Okay.
That just,
Sexiness,
woo, that does
fellas. That is
something to me.
sexy.
Oh my
Okay.
God. Please teach me something.
Teach me.
Please
I'm
teach
here to
me.
learn. Like
Okay.
I'm here to learn. Teach me. It's so
Listen, my
sexy.
forehead is real big. I want all the knowledge. Give it all to me. Yes. I want all of it.
Joseph says it's a must to watch out for the energy vampires. Absolutely. Because
Absolutely it
because you
is.
have to make sure that they're there for the right reasons. And that is
Ooh,
so key to it, right? Um,
yeah.
when you have a certain type of vibe and a certain type of energy that people are just naturally attracted to, um, there's a meme that's out there that says something along the lines of, you may there's a reason why broken people are so attracted to you, right? But you have to be
Mm-hmm.
careful in making sure that you have boundaries set, so that they don't deplete you, right? And
Yeah.
so anyway, you definitely have to be careful of that. And then Sybil says, yes, I will let you ladies know. Yes, please. I'm serious, Sybil. I'm
Please
playing. Like, you gotta tell
do.
me for real. Like, you gotta tell me.
No, no,
Inbox
for
me,
real.
inbox me.
No, for
Um,
real. Please
okay,
do.
real quick. So now we're dating. You're having
Yes,
nice dates, and
yes.
so this is where the spennanite bag. Okay, the spennanite
Ooh.
bag is so ready. Listen, all is needed is that text. Come over. Where you at? Come over. You know what I'm saying? Are you coming? Are you on your way? Like, that's everything, y'all. And the things that get thrown in that spend night bag so quickly. So Give me a little skeet
See, I
taste.
don't gotta throw nothing in mine. Mine is already ready.
It's ready? Okay, I
It's
gotta pack
ready.
mine, child. I gotta pack mine. Because
It's ready.
mine get unpacked and packed. So anyway, what's
Eh.
in your, give me some things that are in your spend a night bag. Ladies,
Okay.
while we're talking, put in your comments what's in the your spend a night
So
bag.
what I have in my spend a night bag, you
Mm-hmm.
definitely gotta have makeup wipes. You definitely gotta have an extra pair of lashes, not the expensive mink ones,
Extra
because you
bag.
know you're gonna lose your lashes. So go
Okay.
on and get them dollar store lashes and that glue. So just in case you wake up like this in the middle of the night, you can go and put that lash on and then you're good. Okay?
Okay.
Um, yes, you need soap. You need, because you can't use everybody's soap. You need your towel. You need lotion
Okay.
because anybody trying to be ashy. You need some type of oil. You need
Yes.
your silk bonnet. You need a silk pillowcase.
Yes.
You need a silk scarf. So we don't want to, you don't want to mess up your crown while you're doing
Right.
what you're doing with your spend the
Right.
night bag. You just want to make sure that you know what I'm saying, lay it down and be cute. You
Right.
want to have your little face mister toner so that way you can wake up shiny and glistening. Get you some rose water. Make sure you got rose water in it because
Yes.
rose water is good for the
Yes, it
skin.
is.
And make sure you have some water. He may not have no water bottles in that refrigerator, so go on and pack you a little water bottle.
Not a
You
water
know,
bottle, baby. You
yes. Put your water bottle in there, and you know what I'm saying. Make sure you still gotta hydrate because you may be on some alcohol. You may be on some wine, so you want to hydrate. Okay, you want to have an extra pair of drawers. I don't know how any other cute way to say that. You want to have an extra pair of drawers because you know what I'm saying. Bring your flat shoes. You want to have some type of smell good or something. Keep your little poom poom clean. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll be all right. You'll be all right. Have you something cute? Skims. Skims has a really good underclothing. You don't want to walk out in your what do they call them things that cinch you up after you get a BBL or whatever? What do you call them things?
them girdles, them
The girdle, but it's
waist
like a
trainers. I don't know.
yeah, you don't want to walk out of the house in your waist trainer, but what you want to do, hey Calvin, or I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna fight you. You don't you don't want to walk out of the house in your waist trainer, but get you like a skimmed like little black dress or something that you can wear under your outfit, under your clothes, so that way when you take it off, you can put it back on and you still be cute, and it ain't no like walk of shame at the house.
That's right. So SDS says, do you have sexy nighties or not yet for the first spend a night bag?
Not no, not yet. I mean,
This is
I
what
would say have a
so
cute.
listen,
What you
I
think? What
think
you think?
you absolutely need, make sure that whatever,
It's got to be matching.
okay, that's what I was gonna say.
It's got to
Make
be
sure that your
matching.
panties and bra is at least matching. Okay, that's what at the very, very least. My first spend a night bag, I probably wouldn't put any type of lingerie or anything like that. I would just maybe just make sure that my panties and my bra is matching. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then that's what I'm giving for the night. You know what I'm saying?
Or get some.
I don't, huh?
Yeah, or get a robe situation. You don't want to do satin or silk because it'll wrinkle in the bag, but you want to do something, you know what I'm saying, sturdy. But like make sure like your bra and panties match, or that's why I
Yes.
suggested like your underwear, your underclothes. Get like a really really cute like back in the day. See, my grandmama had a slip, my mama had a slip, and you just wore you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Walmart don't even sell slips no more. That's the whole thing. But get you something that's really cute, like a little black dress that you can slip on, or a little like romper one piece, or some situation. Or
Mm-hmm.
if it's in the cooler months, like a little trench that you can tie up and wear it like a little trench dress, style it with your little flat shoes, like you're going out the house. If it's summertime, get you a little short set situation. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And
Yeah,
make
and
sure
that's
you
what I was
cute.
gonna suggest. Like that pajama set, get you a pajama set first of all.
Yeah.
Don't throw in no, have a set pair of pajamas, a few of them that are cute, you know what I'm saying? Little booty shorts, a little cute tank top, and that's your pajamas, right?
Fashion Nova got a really good sale on that cute little short one-piece rompers with the little buttons and to give you a little
Yes.
cleavage. Get one of
Yes.
them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it just depends on your, of course, a lot of this depends on your comfortability with this
Right.
man and the situation. Now,
Right.
if
Right.
I'm gonna
Right.
pack a spend a night bag, I'm at this point I have decided that I'm comfortable. Okay, so it ain't gonna be much in the way of clothing for me. You know what
Not at
I'm saying?
all. Not no, not at
Maybe
all.
a cute pajamas, a matching bra and panty set, and a cute outfit for the next day. That's about it. Those are my options at this point, right?
This is
But it depends on how you feel and how comfortable you are with that man. And I would
right. Right.
absolutely, if you already don't have your soap set up there, like this is your first time, absolutely, please y'all, bring your own soap, okay? These men just use whatever. It's not moisturizing, okay? So make sure that you're bringing your soap because you can't use everybody's soap.
You cannot.
You cannot.
It'll
Some
throw off the
lotion.
pH balance. If you don't know what
And
your
we don't
pH
want that.
balance is, you're already wrong. Come back
We don't
next
want that.
time.
Yeah, no. So these are just some of the things that, and I agree with most of the things that you said. These are just some of the things that you will put in that you would put in the spending night bag.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is so
Mm-hmm.
dope. I so appreciate you for sharing that with us.
Of course.
And then before we leave, let's get into what you got going on. What do you
Ooh,
have going on? How can everybody get in contact with you and all
okay.
that good jazz?
And after you said it, I wrote everything down to make sure not to miss anything. So everybody can follow me on all socials. I have my Instagram at Jessica Michon. I have my Instagram at Michon Models LLC, which is the agency. Um, I also have Instagram, JMS Productions SA. What I am getting ready to do, I not only do I own my own agency, we'll be hosting castings here coming up in the spring, summer, so be looking out for that. I also co-produce with my really, really good sister friend, Sugar Productions, which is the JMS, Jessica Michon and Sugar Productions. And we're doing a show during Dream Week, January 18th, which will be an official Dream Week event.
Okay.
Tickets are on sale now on Eventbrite. We have a Black Friday sale coming up on tickets, so be looking out for that. I have a designer coming in from DC. I also have some models coming in from the Midwest who have signed on to do the show. So
Nice.
I'm so glad about that. We will have, a VIP hour. We will have an after party for VIP guests. I also am gearing up and getting ready for tax season. So shout out to my tax mentor, Meek the Boss, who will be in training for taxes, and tax season starts January 2nd. You can also follow me at Michon Tax Services, doing that too. I will also be in Dallas the first weekend in December because I am casting director for a company that I work for out of LA,
Okay.
who is looking to send some models out there for one of their showcase weekends. And I also host the Levitate, Liberate, and Hydrate, better known as LLC or LLH podcast with the Solo Cup Entertainment Group. We'll actually be filming our second podcast on Saturday.
Nice.
I'm a mom. My kid is going to tour his first campus on Saturday, and I'm gonna be an emotional wreck because it's my baby,
Yeah.
and I'm active in my church, and I'm a daughter. And even with everything that I have going on, I still find time to date and to make time for those who make time for me. Do I have a lot on my plate? Absolutely, I do. Um, but it keeps me sane, it keeps me busy, and it challenges the person who is interested to say, you know what, you don't got to do all of that, I got you.
There you
Or if that's what you need to do, I support you.
Right. Right. And that's real.
Yeah.
That's a real, and that's a good way to end this show. So make sure y'all follow her, y'all. Her Instagram name should be somewhere on here. So make sure you follow her. Make sure you also follow me,
Yes.
_lawyer. Make sure you guys have subscribed to my YouTube channel. It is right there.
Subscribe.
I pinned it. Yes. I pinned it to the comment section. So make sure y'all click the link and subscribe. It's free. Doesn't take anything. And again, thank y'all so much for tuning in yet again this week. Real quick reminder, next week is Thanksgiving. I will not be here, okay, next week, okay? We will
It's good.
not be doing Dear Future Husband next week. Jessica, I so appreciate you for being a
Thank
guest. You were
you.
amazing. I loved having you on. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you. Listen, I am so ready for my low vibrational plate for
all of
Thanksgiving.
that,
I'm so ready because
all
this
of that.
is gonna be all low vibrational.
Peasantry plate all over the place. Y'all have a good one, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Good night, darling.